Some would call it swag, some call it cockiness, some would call it being a diva. But when you're good, it's not bragging. An elite wide receivers and the confidence they exude often permeates an entire team, and we're going to see a couple of examples of that in this one. Welcome to Amon G. Carter Stadium in Fort Worth, home to the TCU Horned Frogs. As we'll see the number 20 team in the country, the Tulane Green Wave, taking on one of the top teams in this conference, the TCU Horned Frogs. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollock and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. The Horned Frogs will kick it away to start. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He had a vision of getting loose, but he'll go out of bounds at the 8. So Tulane's offense will go to work first. We have got a tremendous matchup between these two running backs, both stars in their own right, and David, both ready to make a huge impact.
I mean, how fun is it to have two guys, one on each side, when they have the football, like they can go the distance. Just dynamic speed, great vision. These defenses are in trouble because these guys can touch in a bunch of different ways. And, Palmer, they can hit home runs from anywhere on the field.
And I think what makes them really unique, too, Dick.
And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
And you can tell this offense wanted to create a little bit of space being backed up. But how about the D? Coming out firing on all cylinders, getting the sack on the very first play.
The Green Wave put itself in a mess behind the sticks here on second down. Back to pass. And he just threw that one away. Safe move, didn't see anything, lived to play another play.
You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is easily one of the toughest games to date for both of these programs coming into this one. So there's a lot of eyeballs, David, on this.
He's got it on the right. They'll get the first down. It's spotted on the 49. Tulane right back to the line.
And that is a backbreaker through the defense because you've done your job up to that point. You've set up the offense in third and very long. You know they're going to throw it. You cannot allow a guy to get open that deep down the field for an explosive play. Somebody's going to have to answer for that when they get to the sideline.
Oh, he dropped it, and what a missed opportunity early in this football game.
Sometimes it takes quarterbacks a few plays to really get into the rhythm of the game and not force things. I think the quarterback that time was really trying to force the ball to his wide receiver, but against man coverage, there were other guys on that play that were open that could have had a chance. So this quarterback just needs to settle down a little bit. He won't be throwing as many incompletions if he just lets the coverage tell him where to go with the ball.
The Green Wave lining up facing third and long. Wants to throw again. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. Makes the catch down the right side. And he motors into... Touchdown, Tulane.
Really nice job working the route, getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he takes this from inside the 5. And he'll be brought down after a solid effort on that return. So TCU's offense will go to work for the first time. Hopefully we'll see a performance today like the one that this guy had last week when basically he just ran wild through the defense.
He made that defense look silly. Out in the open field, he was making people miss, breaking tackles, scoring touchdown after touchdown. And this offense is vowed to find new ways to get him the football. So we're going to see something else that we haven't seen before because of this guy's unique talent in this one.
Yeah, and the defense, all eyes on him. That will be the main focus. More guys in the box. I wonder if it opens up the play-action game and the perimeter throws and maybe some big plays through the air because they know he is the man. He is the guy.
Gonna take a shot at this DB. Holds it in on the left. Running free. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, TCU!
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
Extra point here will tie the game. And they did tack on the extra point. This offense prides itself on going after you, and they did with that long touchdown pass to finish off a 2-play drive. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. On the run from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Tulane has it back in the offense, coming out to go on the attack. They cashed in on a short field last time they had it, and now they'll go to work from their own end. Looking for a crease, it's Fowler. They believe in that running game, got 6 before he stopped at the 3. The Green Wave with plenty of options here on 2nd and short.
The offense has a little bit of success, and what do? They push that turbo button right back on the line, ready to run another play.
Into a massive giant bodies, we're calling a 1-yard gain to the 24. Muscling ahead on 3rd and short. They'll move those chains, getting it out to the 29-yard line and trying to get this drive rolling. Tulane right back to the line.
Well, this offense is sending a little bit of a message here. Of course, we know how much they've struggled on 3rd down all season long. They're just never able to seem to get into a rhythm. But after that last running play, moving the sticks, you just wonder what that does for their confidence.
A nice job being gap sound by this defense. And here you go. Watch what this offense does. They'll get right back on the ball, and they'll go really quick, so you've got to be prepared.
Got behind those pads and picked up 3 out to the 35. Green Wave trying to move the chains on 3rd and short. They'll run play action. He's got his man across the middle. Nice pickup there. Gets him the 1st down and sets him up at the 45-yard line. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. This Tulane offense has a great drive going. The corners are walked up tight. Here's the handoff. And he was able to run through 1 tackle, but still only a modest gain.
Man, a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses, too, right? It's not just D linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are willing to not just...
Always a welcome play from the defense as they get a sack at the 47.
One of the things I love about this defense is they're so versatile in ways they can get after the quarterback. In their last game, they came away with 5 sacks, came from all over the place. They got the win. So you know in this one, they're going to dial up a lot of different looks. It's going to be tough for this offense to try to keep their quarterback standing up straight.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. A strike downfield. The tackle is made, but he's got it 1st and goal from the 6. Now the chance to pay off that big play from just outside the 5. Linebackers moving, trying to confuse the quarterback. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Green Wave. If you're able to move the ball in a drive like that, the most overrated stat in football would be field position.
Agreed, and I think confidence is big right now after that last drive. To be able to flip the field like that, not just do it, but go down and score a touchdown. Running and throwing. For this offense now moving forward in this game, that last drive is going to pay big dividends.
Bringing it out. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. This feels like one of those games you might have to answer every score, already down 14-7. Got it across the 20 and out to the 23, a pickup of 4. Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Motion from the back. 2nd down, he'll throw it. Gets it out fast. He goes out of bounds right at the 37-yard line. A good, productive play there to get things going. They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. To the air on 1st down. Gonna take a shot. And how about that DB getting a hand in there and forcing the incomplete pass?
Well, this defense was ready for go-goes against this receiver and his speed. He's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up, but if you're on defense, just...
Oh, he found a space on the right. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. There are penalties you sort of forget about and others that sort of stick with you for a while. You get a play like that wiped out, that one's going to linger. Line getting set on second down. Looking to fire. Here's a heat. Hauls it in. Still running up the 40. Several defenders there to get him on the ground.
Get the big-time receiver involved early in the game. That's a huge key for this offense, no matter who they're playing against. But you can see, with his size, with his ability after the catch, this guy is a weapon, and he's putting this defense on alert early.
He makes the grab. Crosses the 30. He's got a lane. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Hard Frog. When that receiver got free, it was all over.
It's so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback because you pad my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short and he did the rest of the work.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Hey, guys, let's take a look at what's happening in a great top 25 matchup. Texas has a lead right now in Austin, but I'm not sure Bevo's feeling like this one's in the clear. This has been a nip-and-tuck affair all game. They're up by 7 over Kansas State. For now, it's back to you fellas, but of course, if anything changes from Big 12 country, you'll hear about it here.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. The Tulane offense headed back onto the field. First snap of this drive will come from inside the 15 at their own 14-yard line. Last time they had it, they were backed up in their own end, marched right down the field and scored, and now, oh, he's got some space. Touchdown, Green Wave. Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on. Did not take long to get into the end zone. Now let's see if this gets this offense to hit overdrive.
And we may have a situation here. You might have points, and more points. You keep putting drives together like that quickly, chewing up that much yardage, defenses are going to have to get something figured out.
What kind of field position can he help them with on the return? He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. TCU has it back, and the Horned Frogs go on offense. Looking to throw on first down. If you like scoring, this one's for you. Already 21-14, and now they'll try to answer.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. Got him downfield. Turns it on down the left side. Slippery slide, find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, TCU!
This offense is so good, man. They can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
He'll start the return inside his 5. He'll step out of bounds at the 16 and leave his offense with a long field in front. We'll see what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. Running back searching for a hole. They'll knock him down after a pickup of 1 to the 18. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down.
And that wasn't a big gain, but look at the offense. Right back on the ball, ready to call a play.
Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. How in the world did the offense retain possession?
Well, ball security doesn't just apply to running backs and receivers. QB's got to keep 2 hands on the ball as well. They're very lucky after that fumble that the offense jumped on.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. We have the early makings of a quarterback duel, as these stats will show you. We've got a good one going here, and looking forward to keep those vibes rolling here in the second. Tulane forced to send out the punt unit. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Gets his first one of the day off. He was called on 4 times in last week's win. Makes the catch at the 45. There he goes. Open it up. What a return there. Found a little running room and put his team in great position. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. How big is this drive? Scored a touchdown the last time they had it. Defense gets a stop, and now it's up to them in a tie game.
All right, so if you're the offensive coordinator here, let's dial it in. Who are your best matchups and best playmakers to take advantage of this golden opportunity?
Yeah, and I'm interested to see this defense, too. Like, the momentum is clearly not in your favor. How do you get it back? How do you make a big play? Do you be more aggressive here to try to get the football back to your offense?
Well, they're just trying to run the ball, but that time there was absolutely nowhere for the running back to go, and as a result, that's a tackle for loss.
On 3rd down, he drops the throw. Had nowhere to go with that one, had to just throw it away. A wise decision. To keep the field goal in play.
Well, this is a disappointing drive for the offense, considering where this drive started, in their opponent territory. Now you're at 4th and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
Fires into the end zone. It's incomplete. A 4th down stop and the turnover on downs. Tulane has it back in the offense, coming out to go on the attack. They'll leave it with him. Past the 1st down marker and still running. Really needed a play like that to get out of their own end. They move the chains. They mark it at the 29.
And after giving up a long run defensively, they don't have a chance to substitute now. They've got to get ready to go because the offense is going tempo.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Wants to go up top. It's complete to the right. There he goes. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. Tulane right back to the line. The magic bean is spinning out of control. Already over 200 yards in the first half.
Yeah, they're being aggressive offensively, throwing the football, trying to take advantage of this defense on the back end. They've got their quarterback right now in a groove.
Good pickup, a little bit short of the sticks. Tulane to the line, facing 2nd and short. They'll try the run. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a 1st down.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
Lowers that shoulder, delivers the blow. He'll get it. defense in press coverage. Quarterback on the keeper. And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Gonna run it. It's Fowler. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. Tulane now facing third and forever. Fires into the end zone. Into the house. Touchdown, Tulane. So much about the passing game is about timing, execution, communication, and these two, virtual textbook there.
And no doubt about it. And the receiver making plays for his quarterback, being dependable, running the route to the right depth consistently. Does a great job running his route. Great result because of it.
And the extra point makes it a 28-21 score. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. On the move from inside his 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. TCU has it back, and the Horned Frogs go on offense. What a turn that last drive was. Didn't pick up the fourth down, and it led to the scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and those are frustrating because you think you might get points, and then your defense gives up points. This has got to be a complementary football type deal. The offense now needs to provide a little spark and give this defense some hope.
No doubt, David. They got to turn the page, and they've got to play with a little bit more urgency here, knowing they've got to get that one back and put a good drive together.
He's got the first down, and they did a brilliant job getting them outflanked with the Wildcat.
All right, defense, that's what we can't do. We can't give up this many chunk yards on the ground. Got to commit more guys to the line of scrimmage. Got to get those running backs on the ground. That's way too easy.
Makes his man miss. They finally make the stop, but the defense out of sorts against that Wildcat, and they give up a big play. They go to the Wildcat here, looking to take advantage of that extra blocker. Fouls through the defense. Wildcat look didn't get much. Picked up a few on that one.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Wants to fire on second down. Going for it all. And it's incomplete after taking a shot on second down. They're staring at third. Trying to pick up a first down. Quarterback making adjustments. On third and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Working that left side now. He'll go out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 31, and a big pickup on that one. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on third down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, you love to see that from the defense, right? It's like bend, don't break. They've given up a bunch of plays on this drive, but now that they're getting down close to field goal range, you're seeing them start to stiffen up.
Yeah, and plays don't matter anymore. Yards don't matter. All that matters with these defenses nowadays is points and limiting them.
This will be the 8th play of the drive, but a great opportunity for the defense to get off the field. On third and long, no secret what he needs here. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
And you want consistency from your quarterback, man. You don't want the up and down. You don't want the roller coaster. And last week, man, you had the highs of highs, and now this week, just off. He's all over the place. He's not completing the ball at a high percentage, and you just want to find some middle ground and some consistency.
Going right to work up top. Pressure coming. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
Things just not going as easy for this guy as they did his last game out. Last time he completed over 70% of his throws. This week, though, defense taking some throws away. They've made some plays. He just hasn't been quite spot on with his accuracy. He's going to have to play better.
He's knocked out of bounds as he gets it across midfield and down to the 46.
How about that play by the speed back? We hear about speed backs, and he's not the guy that runs in between the tackles. But let me tell you something. When you're trying to catch a guy like that and you're running full speed with everything you have, a lot of times you're just trying to get him to the ground, and you're not trying to put a good shot on him. And then all of a sudden they're breaking tackles. Great job by that young man.
He stopped at the 32. It'll be a first down in the waning seconds of the half. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. Looking left. Pass is incomplete, and half comes to a close on that play. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Fellas, you've been calling a first-rate game so far today in Fort Worth.
About to start here in the second half. Tulane will kick it away. The returner will field it and bring it back. Nice job executing all of the... As they put a stop to that return at the 22. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. Tight game as we start the third quarter, and we'll see what type of adjustments they made at halftime.
And getting the ball first here.
Trying to burn this defensive back. He's got it down the left. Hits the crease. Touchdown, Hard Frog. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
And, man, is that perfect timing. You can tell quarterback drops back. He sees his guy, and he knows he's open. But watch the throw. Deep down the field, Palmer, right in the bread basket. Nice play, nice pitch and catch.
He did a nice job of getting it up in the air early and allowing his guy to run under the football, locate it, and then make a tough grab. That is the definition of an explosive play.
Setting up for the extra point and the top. And after that extra point, we have a tie ball game in the third quarter. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Fellas, a big-time top 25 duel. Let's get right to the pictures. Texas is painting an offensive masterpiece so far. It's been like a Bob Ross masterclass.
And the coverage team gets the returner on the ground. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Tulane offense headed back onto the field. That touchdown lead they had has disappeared, and now we have a whole new ball game as they start the drive. He never had a chance on the draw, tackled almost as soon as he got the ball.
And this offense gets nothing done on that play, but look at them. They're continuing to run this tempo. They want to try to do something to get a spark going to create a big play.
It's a draw. Can't get him to the ground. Good surge up front. Give him 4 out to the 18. Tulane right back to the line. On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Tight end finds a soft spot. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs. Here comes Tulane after picking up the first down. They'll go to the ground. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. He's got it on the right. Breaks into the open. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Tulane lines up on 3rd and short. They'll try to run for it. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down.
Defense gives up the pretty big run. They get the first down, and listen, you got to reload quick now because this offense, they got their foot on the accelerator.
Fires to the big fella. On the move at the 30. Gets it all the way inside the 20-yard line to the 19 before being hauled down. Quick timeout by the... Handoff from the shotgun. And he has had a long day at the office, not to mention the backfield, as the defense has been all over him.
Another tough run for this offense, and I think a big reason why they're down on the scoreboard right now is they just haven't been able to get this guy going. They've tried to give him the ball a lot. It just hasn't paid off, but you get the feeling, too...
Oh, he's going to try to get it all here. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. They couldn't connect on second down. Now staring at a 3rd and 9. Going back to the well, another deep ball. Makes the grab down the left side. Touchdown, TCU! He broke away from the defense and... And the Horned Frogs with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Motion from the wide receiver. Second and short, maybe looking for a shot. Short, quick, precise passing game. Good enough to move the sticks. All the way down at the 33-yard line. It's 1st and 10. Looking to throw on first down. Makes the catch. It's Duggan. Run out of bounds at about the 13-yard line, and that's where this offense will go back to work. From the 14-yard line, it's 1st and 10. From the red zone, looking for a space. He's got it on the run. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening.
Coaches always tell their quarterbacks, you can't go broke taking a profit. You can't always hit posts and bombs deep down the field. If the coverage takes away throws downfield, just take what's underneath and let your receiver advance the football.
Lining up in the Wildcat, let's see what they've got. They might go back to that one in a big spot as they pick up the first down out of the Wildcat. We've reached the break, and TCU is holding the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. Starting off this quarter, close enough to smell the goal line. They'll go to the air. Looking for the goal line. He's down at the 1, and they almost had the touchdown pass on that one. And they'll send 5 wide receivers out, maybe creating some room for the... And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Horned Frogs!
And I tell you what, I'm not picking a team unless I got a guy that can do something like this at the quarterback's plane. I need an athlete. I need a little bit of mobility. It just dictates too much to the defense. QB runs in for 6.
TCU has it back, and the Horned Frogs go on offense. They saw what happened on that last scoring drive, and now probably feeling a little bit of heat to answer. Oh, and it's picked off. This could be huge in a tie game. Picked up a few extra on that return. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Back to pass. Now adjusting. Rolling, throwing, looking right. Quarterback needs to make a better throw there. Incomplete.
Well, no question where this quarterback is going to be trying to go with the football in this game, right? He's looking for his big play wide out, and the defense knows it. They had him double covered that time.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Got his man. Really nice job to get it past the sticks, pick up the first down at the 30.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on 3rd down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question.
Turning it on. At the 30. They bring him down, but that's why you give them that wildcat look to create an opportunity for big plays.
Man, having a great back makes life so easy on your offense. It balances everybody out. It commits more guys to the box. And this guy all season long, he's in the top 10 in rushing for a reason. He's continued to make plays. You continue to trust him. This guy is a great running back.
The Horned Frogs will snap it on 1st and 10. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll give it to him again. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Home crowd not going to love it. You got to throw the ball to win this game. They do not like the play call with not a lot of time left in the game.
So they come to the line, and the Wildcat going to give them a different look. Direct snap. It's Duggan. Breaks the tackle. He's up to 86 yards rushing, and that should be no surprise. He's been among the nation's elite all season.
It's all tied up. This offensive line, they want the pressure. They want everything to go through them here. They're saying, look, let's just run the ball. Let's get this thing down closer and closer to the goal line. Let's bleed some clock and put ourselves into position to win.
Timeout on the field, and we've got a dandy all tied up late in the 4th. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big 3rd down in the red zone. Now on the move. Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the first down, and he slides in safely. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. And the Horned Frogs line it up with a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Looking for just 1 more yard. It's 2nd and goal. Tries again to get it in. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And you got to think about when you want to use that final timeout, when you're going to clock it. Every single second counts. You need a field goal to win, but you got to manage this clock.
They'll turn to the Wildcat to keep this drive alive. Direct snap. Touchdown, TCU! And inside a minute to go, they've got the lead.
Man, what a great job with the execution in a moment where you had to have it. You score the touchdown, you take the lead. There's less than a minute to go in this game. All your defense has to do now is get a stop and you win.
They'll try to tack 1 more on their score. The extra point is good, and now in the 4th, they're up by a touchdown and an extra point. They march 79 yards on the drive. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Looking for blockers. And the returner could find no daylight. He goes down. Tulane has it back in the offense, coming out to go on the attack. Okay, 1 possession game. You've got some time to work with, but you have to make up some ground quickly, David.
You got to be smart. Can't throw in front of the sticks. Can't get tackled in front of the sticks. Make sure we're taking some shots down the field, chewing up some yards. Jesse, the defense will be vulnerable.
Yeah, and I think because of that, David, offensively, you got to have a plan. You got to know where your best best matchup is out on the perimeter and who can make the big catches here in small windows.
Back to throw, and he's got to do it here late. Under fire. They could have used a little bit more there. Picked up 3. It's 3rd and 7. Tulane right back to the line. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. How much fun was that? I mean, you